What is going on, GPC fans out there? For those who do actually watch my content, you may be wondering where the GPC has been. Well, put into simple terms, school has begun for me, which is, always fun. And I played Carter, just ironically, like right before school, and as a result, I really didn't get the chance to record. You know, it's not much of an excuse, I must admit, but it's an excuse at that, and I do apologize for the amount of time that I have not uploaded, which has been quite a while. If you just look at my last uploaded video, which was versus Eric, you'll see how much time it truly has been. Like right now, it's September 9th. Last time I recorded was back in like late August, so maybe even like before that. So yeah, always fun. But yeah, we play Carter week 5, and I would show you his team, and I would show you my prep, but due to unfortunate circumstances, I did lose my actual copy-paste team because it was on mobile. Then I refreshed it, and I refreshed my iPod. Like I reset my Safari, and completely reset all my teams that I've had for the past year, which is unfortunate because all my memories of those old teams are now gone, but it's whatever. And as a result, this team disappeared with it. So, but I do still remember the gist of the sets, and I would show you Carter's team, but unfortunately, after I played him, he actually had to drop out of the league itself due to time constriction, and as a result, Matt, who we actually played in the IPA finals, replaced him, which is, pretty ironic. Anyways, I'll go over my team right now, I guess. Anyways, we have an Electrium Z Kyurem Black. Bringing a Z move on Kyurem for the first time all season, really. It's pretty good for breaking Sharpedo through to protect if he decides to protect up against me. It's also pretty good for Tapu Fini. It'll almost OHKO it essentially. And Donphan is unfortunately my Donphan has absolutely no coverage to hit the Uxie. I know it has Stealth Rock, has Rapid Spin, has Ice Shard for the Salamence because he is indeed Z meant. So DD, Z Fly, meant Moxie can sweep my team if I'm not careful. So I want to make sure I had the priority. Similar to Gastron, I have Earth Power, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Recover, since Toxic will hit Pokemon such as Rotom Heat and Uxie. I don't have to really rely on coverage to hit particularly the Rotom Heat, but obviously Uxie, since it is levitating, will not benefit from Misty Terrain. And Ice Beam is just to make sure Silence doesn't set up on my face. And I believe I had enough defense to live a Z Fly from fall no matter what, stuff like that. Venusaur, just pretty defensive set, has a pretty good matchup. Psychic Fangs won't do too much damage to me. Not to mention that I take hits from Rotom Heat for days. Rotom Heat actually can't do anything to me, just Pain Split if it's low. I pretty much stopped Tapu Fini in its tracks. Can potentially poison the Uxie with Sludge Bomb, same for Rotom Heat. Unfortunately, I do not have HP Ice on my Venusaur 40 Ments, but Sludge Bomb will do a decent amount of damage. As long as he's not a super bulky DD Roost Ments, I'll be good. Manectric is Choice Scarf, hoping it'll pull through after failing against Rufus. And Togekiss, hopefully it can just do its job. It's a Fire Blast set to potentially just OHKO Ferrothorn. It also breaks Akka and puts it in range of my Ice Beam from Kyurem Black, stuff of that nature. Anyways, it's been a long time, and I'll make sure I put a timestamp in the video of when I do play, because I can see the timer of how long I've been recording, so I should know when the battle actually starts. So anyways, let's just get right into it. As he leads with his Uxie, as I lead my Togekiss. I'm going to go for some flinches, but Togekiss, being the mana has been so far this season, does not get it. And not only do I miss, but I do miss again. So this is essentially a reminiscence to that's why I played Trev. But it's okay. As he goes into the Rotom Heat, and Gastron's a pretty safe switch in essentially, as long as he doesn't have grass coverage. And yeah, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is actually really good considering I cannot be toxic anymore, and considering I do have leftovers. I will be pretty healthy throughout the entire game. Not to mention that his only Pokemon which gets natural grass coverage is the Ferrothorn. So unless he's HP Grass on his Rotom Heat or HP Grass on the Tapu Fini, I'll be able to take hits from his team pretty well. As at this point, I'm going to fire off a Toxic as I predicted the Uxie, but he does make the better switch into this. I could have Scalded, but I don't have it on obviously. As I see this as a free chance to get my Mega off on my Venusaur, since he obviously cannot Leech Seed me nor Toxic me. He could set up spikes, but If he does decide to set up hazards, I can like try to spin. As he goes into the random heat for some reason, I guess just to pivot, as he goes right back into big root. So we're back to square one. At this point, he's gonna scout for the HP fire, which was a good play. So at this point, he's scouting. He basically knows what my set is on my Venusaur at this point, because he has seen me click sludge bomb and HP fire. As now he's gonna click psychic, and I do find out he has psychic, which I don't really have like the best psychic resist because I've only brought Metagross once this season, and Bronzor's only come once this season, and my dark type is Skuntank, which didn't have the best matchup. So like, even though I almost did bring it, but like I still didn't bring it. So psychic spam, or just psychic in general, is great versus the team I did bring because I do not have any psychic immunities. As Donphan will take some chip, as I do decide to set up my rocks. He could have 2 KO'd me there with psychic, but it's okay. As he goes into the Finny, showing that he actually wants to defog himself, which is kind of interesting, considering he did set up the actually no, I'm just kidding, he does not defog. He clicks sub, which is an interesting play considering my obvious switching is a Venusaur, as he does show to have the HP psychic, I would guess, because unfortunately for him, this Pokemon does not get natural psychic coverage, so he's forced to run HP psychic to just have super effective damage versus me, and as you can see, it is literally 0. As he goes back into his Uxie, so as you can see, through the first about 14 turns, I don't really have an easy time breaking Uxie plus Finny plus Pharaoh, unless I do get him on the Fire Blast with my Togekiss. And at this point, I'm going to Roost my Kieran Black. I forgot to mention, I do have Roost. I believe I was like Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, Roost, and like maybe HP Fire. I forget what my last coverage move was. Anyways, I know at this point, Venusaur's a pretty safe play. I could have gone for the HP Fire to potentially break Aqua or do major damage, but I guess he hard read me there. As at this point, I get a free Synthesis. So far I've been forced to actually click Synthesis, so I need to make sure I do have enough to potentially stall out or at least recover up on a Sharpedo. Get the crit Psychic. So Togekiss has just been has not been too lucky so far in this matchup, as he actually avoids the 4 times resisted U-turn there due to my Roost. And he only gets 2 times resist on the U-turn, kind of interesting. As he does actually go into the Ferrothorn, so this is my chance to blast this thing with a Fire Blast. As he does prove to be the Akaberry, as I do luckily get the burn, so Togekiss for the first time in a while pulls through and does show its ability into fruition with Serene Grace, again the 20% Fire Blast with its ability, of course, and it allows for me to take Iron Head there really well. So that was actually the most clutch burn I've had in a while, as I luckily do not miss the Air Slash for the 3rd time this season, and I do kill the Ferrothorn, which is a really good step to winning this game, because this was the one thing which like my Gastrodon, my Venusaur didn't really deal with too well, as well as my Kieran Black. So this is a really good is what I'm trying to say. As at this point, my Gastrodon is a pretty good switch in, because I don't think he has any grass coverage up to this very moment in time. As at this point, I'm going to attempt to drop a Toxic once again on the Uxie, but he will make the play into his Tapu Fini, which is honestly pretty safe considering I was probably not going to click Earth Power there, considering he has like 3 immunities on his team. So at this point, I'm going to go into my Manectric, because I did not think he would click Fire Blast. I thought he would click HP Psychic. I mean, not Fire Blast, Moon Blast. As for the 2nd time this season, Manectric has just proven to be useless, because obviously it's going to die to rocks, and it's going to be very difficult for me to not only spin, but just keep rocks off of the game in general. So Manectric is essentially like not going to do anything, as he will get a clean 19% on the Uxie, and that'll probably be it for him. So Manectric will just go to the bench until it's his time to pretty much die to rocks. As at this point, I'm going to Ice Beam, just trying to weaken this thing, as he actually clicks Memento, which is pretty interesting, as he goes into the Salamence, which is really interesting, as he clicks the Declaw, and I guess he kind of forgot how Misty Terrain works, because due to Misty Terrain, his Dragon Claw was weakened by 2 times, and I do live as a result. I heavily expected him to click Z Fly there, but unfortunately for him, he did not. And even though I am -2, Ice Beam will easily pick off this Salamence, since Kieran Black is just a monster in general. As at this point, I'm more than willing to sack my Kieran Black and just pretty much win the game with my Venusaur, since it really just straight up wins. The rest of his team can't beat Venusaur, so I'm just gonna try to sack it at this point, as I do show off my Fusion Bolt here, as he does click Protect, and as you can see, if I was not -2, I would have put him in range of my Ice Shard from Donphan, because even though you might not think it, Donphan does do 8% to a Mega Sharpedo with Ice Shard. as he goes for a waterfall and not a crunch or a psychic phase or anything of that sort. For some reason, I don't know if he just didn't have it, which if he didn't have it, I don't know what his coverage moves were. It was interesting. I still to this day do not know why he clicked that. I never asked him, and he's kind of long gone at this point from the league, so it's just got too late. But yeah, I killed the thing. So now my Kieran Black now has 2 kills in this game, which is lit. As at this point, I am going to save it because at this point I just see Venusaur wins. I don't have to risk. I don't have to risk anything except for the special attack drop there from the Moonblast, which is going to prevent this thing from taking any damage from the Sludge Bomb because it's going to do 19%, and I don't get any 30% poisons. And at this point, I'm just going to try to preserve the 6-0 and win the game from this point. As long as I can drop a Toxic with my Gastrodon on the Random Heat, I do straight up win. As he does click Will-O-Wisp even though I was under Misty Terrain, which is like whatever. As at this point, I'm going to predict the Finny and do a clean like 23% with this Earth Power, which is it does prove why he did have the sub, because obviously he invested to take non-invested Earth Powers, which is interesting on his part. That's actually kind of cool. I might have actually had some special attack though. It's like Oko Salamence with Ice Beam, but I'm not sure. I lost the team, like I said. And at this point, he really can't do much. He's gonna stack his Tapu Fini here, and after that, I'm gonna go into my Gastrodon and just win the game by Toxicking, and it'll go from there. Long story short, I'm gonna let this play in the back as I will explain what's going to happen. So at this very moment, we're definitely a little bit ahead of week 5, as week 6 was interesting because I guess I'll just go over the week 6 situation. We had 2 weeks to finish our week 6 match, and we were going to play Togue. Actually, wait, no. No, Matt did not replace Carter. Polymac replaced Carter, and Matt replaced Togue, who left the league. He also left the MPL, if you follow that as well. As yeah, I had to play Matt the next week, and we had 2 weeks to get our game done. And I guess Matt, he's a pretty busy guy, and I know he was at a camping trip, and I guess the week before he was really busy. And long story short, he gave me the forfeit win, so we got a win for week 6 as well. So as you can see, we're definitely on a pretty heavy winning streak. And as you're gonna see right here, the Random Heat lives on 1%, meaning my Gastrodon will get the kill here, which is that's pretty cool for my Gastrodon. He got the kill, and that's gonna be the 6-0 right there. But anyways, yeah, Matt gave us the win, so we got the week 6 win. So at this very moment in time, we're 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 because we have lost to Trev and we have lost to Rufus. And so yeah, it's a pretty good way to stand at this very moment in time, as we will play our week 7 match this week. I've already played my Mio, who was my week 7 game, as I'm recording this, and I'll get that matchup tomorrow for sure. This match will go up probably the day before if I can, hopefully, as long as my computer is able to cooperate. Earlier today, oh my gosh, my computer just took a dump on itself and it completely slowed down, but as of now it's actually been pretty okay in terms of speed, so that's good. So yeah, that's a good game to Carter, and we'll see you around hopefully. As nice clean 6-0 win, and obviously with the 3-3-0 win against Matt, we're sitting pretty comfortably. As of week 6, we are around 3rd place, I believe, maybe even 2nd place. I'm not 100% certain. So yeah, that's all for me, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. So au revoir, peace.